Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about the YEDC mechanical pig slider. And this is in Pei or Ultim. They call it Pei over in China, and it's the same thing as Ultim as far as I can tell. This has quickly become my favorite fidget. Now, I was going to come on here and rant and rave about how amazing this is and how it's the best fidget ever made and everybody should have one. But then the last couple days I've had a couple of issues with it. Now, I will admit that those issues started once I took it apart. But that's still not good that, you know, just taking it apart one time could cause issues like that. Now, it's possible it's related to this plate, which I will talk about because we are going to take this apart and look at it. But, yeah, it kind of just started binding up on me occasionally, and I would try to spray it with alcohol and kind of, like, get it out. But it would just get really hard to push, and it wouldn't have the same sort of just consistent feel to it, you know? But when it's running at 100%, like right now, it is by far my favorite fidget in a long time. You guys know the basic, I should say the resident champion is the NJT hand power coin. Now this is the mini one, but same thing goes here. It's just amazing how the feel in hand, the snaps you get, it's just so good, and they're so reliable. And that's where it kind of edges out this product. Even though I was ready to crown this guy, I guess it hasn't had the same track record quite yet. But it could get there because, man, this thing has been in my pocket for over a week straight, and I literally cannot stop playing with it. My wife has had to tell me to shut the hell up. I'm sitting on the couch just going at it with this thing. I'm in my truck just going at it. Knives have taken a bit of a back seat fidget-wise. It's just that good. Now, why is that? Well, usually with mechanical coin-type items... Do I have one here? I do. If anybody's interested in this, let me know. But usually you have to either add or remove balls and springs to get more pressure or less pressure. In this case, and I hated taking this one apart. I don't even know if I can get it apart because it's a polished Zerk, and I just have these sweaty hands. Oh, there we go. And I put like 3 springs in this one, right? 3 balls, 3 springs. And that was too many, clearly, because it is annoying to use now. It's just a little too strong. So what I'm going to try to do here is go even on this so that they're right across from each other. I know now this turned into another fidget, but it doesn't matter. So just got to figure out how this was on there. This was the other way, right? This has to go in like so that it can be pushed down. So you kind of just take this guy, put it on there, and then you just need to get the ball to center up. Should kind of just do the work itself, honestly. There we go. So now we have, yep, click, click. And now it's a little easier to rotate. But the thing is, with these mechanical fidgets, it's usually too weak, or it gets to a point, like this feels too weak to me, right? Or it gets to a point like when I put 3 balls in where it just gets like, it's almost too stiff. Like there's no good middle ground with these type of fidgets. Real quick, let me just see it. Do I have the box for this somewhere? I should, because I would like to what is this one? ACEDC, right? So it should have a, yeah, it's probably got a big old, oh, here it is. Yeah. Sorry, I just want to keep the parts together. But yeah, if anybody's interested in this, let me know, because I would sell it, of course. And usually I come up with a pretty good price, because this was sent in for review. I did my review, unboxing / first impressions or whatever I did. And I'm ready to move on from it, because I already know this is not something that's going to like stick around. You know what I mean? I love polished Zerk visually, but it just does not work for fidgets really for me, depending on the product. But anyway, this has the perfect amount of pressure to slide it when it's working right? Just nice, crisp pops. It doesn't have a ton of extension. I've heard a couple people say they don't like this as much as, you know, a CP3 or one of my other recent favorites, the S Nano, because you don't get that full extension, right? That's one thing I love about the S Nano and the CP3. You know, fully extended, big difference, right? But it does go both ways. That's what she said. So what I do is I go up and then I go down and pass. So it kind of feels like more of an extension to me. And this product lends itself to going all the way, both ways. That is really what she said or he said or they said. On an S Nano or something like that, usually the way you lock your finger in, because of how far out it extends, you end up stopping at that closed position. You don't go right through that, right? But on this, the way it's kind of designed, you can just shoot right through there, and it's more comfortable. I can do that without really feeling like I'm doing some maneuvering. Like with this, I feel like I got to do some maneuvering because it's going to go that far past having all that extension. Hope that makes sense. By the way, the S Nano is one of the best fidgets on the planet. Easily in my top 3 right now. And you can get these for very affordable prices over at antdesignofficial.com. I don't have a code or link or anything, but check it out. So that's what I really like about it. It ultimately, every fidget comes down to the user and how it haptically and audibly and everything feels in their hand. And this thing just feels absolutely amazing in my hands. Now, it keeps having this binding issue. It's happening again now, where it's just starting to get really tight and weird, and it's just not the same. And I'm wondering if it's either A, something's getting shifted, like the springs and balls aren't, you know, functioning properly or something. Or I'm wondering if screws are loosening, although I've triple checked them all. And then lastly, I wonder if it's just this post, because you can change this. And I wondered why they even gave me an option. So here's the box. Here's the extra little, they give you extra springs and balls. And then, sticker and whatnot. Then they gave me an extra one of these. And this was the one installed. That's the thing. It's Teflon or whatever, but it's white. So it looked kind of dumb, right? And then they gave you the Ultim one on the side. And I installed it thinking, well, it's going to look way better, right? But I'm wondering if maybe it's the problem. So we're going to find out here. I need to get the tools out. I realized that it requires a bit that I don't really have a ton of. So keep that in mind. You're going to need some kind of metric hex bit for this, which is annoying. It doesn't come with it. And like I said, it's not something I have just laying around. I ended up getting lucky and finding it in this little set I have. I can link this down below if you want. It's from Weeha, so they're good bits. But I always prefer a good 1/4 inch bit. But I didn't have metric ones. So this is the Weeha. It's a H15. So hex 15, I guess. And the way you take this apart is very simple, actually. You just unscrew the plate, or the middle piece here. These will take off the top plates, but you don't really need to take those off. So I'll show you. Just get in here, take that screw off, get her over to the other side, and take this screw off. And then it should just come right apart, honestly. So you'll see the way it's set up in here is you have the post. I'm calling it a post. That rides in this track. So that's what's locking the two together, right? And then you can actually take off these, and then you could take this off completely, and I guess you could put a different top plate on. I don't know how that works, but then there's these two little guys that are inside, two little pieces of steel that are also riding in tracks. And then you have a spring. Just show you. Everything fell out good. So then you have a spring here, and a spring here. And then you have a ball on each of these and a ball here. And then the outer balls ride and they pop onto these detent holes, right? And the middle ball rides on these, right? So you actually put the ball in and then the spring. But to get this out now, right, I need to remove these pieces of steel. For me, it's been easy. I just do that, boom, comes right out. So let's see. I don't know if there's some kind of difference here. Just smoothness could be as simple as that, right? Just having better results with this. Maybe it slides better. Let's just feel that real quick. That's real slick and smooth. Come on, buddy. Can't even get this one in. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't feel worse or anything, but I don't know. It could be how I had the springs. Maybe I just had it in wrong. I don't know. We're going to find out. So, pop this guy. Because I care way less about how it looks and way more about how it functions. So, if it feels good with the white post in there, I'm good. So now you can see, now it can't come out. And then what we'll do is we'll take the little springs. I want to make sure they're all the same. I'm assuming they're all the same. That middle spring shouldn't be any different. No. Okay. So we'll put one in here. And we'll put one in here. And then we put one here. But I'm probably going to try this a different way. I'm going to take a ball. So you can push down on those. Everything makes sense. This one, the ball drops in here. And then we'll take this spring and put it in on top. We'll try it this way and see if that helps somehow. Don't know why it would help, but the last few times I did it, I put the ball in here and everything, and maybe it just wants to go this way. I don't know. But then again, how am I going to get it to go together? We're going to see here. Yeah, I probably got to do it the other way, honestly. I doubt I'm going to get them to pop together without some... Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, it's going to be easier to do it where this ball and spring... Okay. So, this spring goes here, and the ball goes on top. Okay? See that? And then we're going to try to center this bad boy here. Just push down. And then you can test it. And then we can put the screw in. Go the other way. And the thing is, when I put it together, it works great. And then it just over time starts binding up again. So this does feel better. It almost feels instantly ever so slightly softer. And normally I don't like softer, but in this case, it's just so good. So I'm normally the type that wants to do this. I'm normally what you would call, I guess, an edge pusher. You come down from the bottom, I push up, and then I go to the top and I push down, right? But on this thing, I've become sort of a slider, or whatever you call it, where I kind of just do this. And it's a whole different type of fidgeting, but then sometimes I get into pushing from the edge. I don't know how to explain it. You can't feel it through the camera, but it is the best sensation ever. So I'm starting to understand why there was such a popularity in the Metal Toys bubble or whatever, in the top B. Those just never did it for me because they never had the amount of pressure that this does. This just has a nice, it's not like hard to push, right? But because there's 3 balls in there going click, 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 it just has the perfect pop and sensation. I don't know. It's just amazing. So, assuming this doesn't bind up again, you know, this is, to me, one of the best fidgets you can get. I don't know what the price is. This was sent to me by Big White EDC. So, big shout out to Big White EDC. Go over to the website, use my code LeftyEDC there. I'll link it down below. I don't get commission or anything, but he does occasionally send me products to review, which is cool. So maybe you just have to use the Teflon. Maybe that's why they install this and send this, because they know this one's not as good. I don't know. Or maybe I gotta swap the springs out occasionally. I don't know. I'll update you if this goes to shit or something. I'll let you know. But let's assume that we're solid now. And then it's a top 3 fidget for me of all time. It's that good. So that is the YEDC mechanical pig slider, and it is an absolute treasure in my opinion. So check it out, bigwhiteedc.com. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.